everyone, and welcome back to A Tribute to Mastery. I am the painter again, and we're doing another Bob Ross painting. This one is our very first painting with a darker color instead of white. And this is a black canvas that was made just using red and blue. That same dark blue that we've been using. It's always the same colors. We don't need a huge array of them. We just need a few to make some really cool ones. Alright, we should be about ready to get started. I've got some white here on my brush and going to about here for our sky, and we're going to just start mixing in some white here so that instead of just a deep black, we have this purplish hue. Makes it this really nice sunset color. Oops. And if you run out of white, you can always go to get more. Remember, it's very easy to add paint to a canvas, but it can be very difficult to remove it. If you're following along, the top part of your painting should look something like this, but if not, that's okay too. And of course, you're gonna wanna have some water or paint thinner handy so that you can wipe out your brushes. You're gonna want somewhere that you can either dry the water out of the brush or shake the water out of the brush without getting it everywhere. But, I mean, if you want to do it in a different place, it's a very easy way to paint your walls. And now, we're gonna take our fan brush that we have used a little bit so far in this past episode or so, and we're going to use that same white. We've only used white so far, other than the color in the background. And we're going to start adding some clouds, because this is actually the first time on the channel that we've done clouds. I mean, Bob Ross does clouds all the time. And it's finally time. I finally am recreating a painting that actually uses them. And now, for this bottom part, we're going to use our sponge brush to sort of blend these two so that it seems to sort of fade into the rest of the sky, kind of like how clouds normally do. And then, we can pull up a bit on this to do the sort of same effect, except it's all going the same direction, sort of halfway. Now, if you want, you can very gently go across and sort of halfway make it look a little bit less intentional. But you gotta be careful, otherwise it'll fade into the sky in the back. And then we're gonna take some blue on our palette, and we're gonna mix some green into it, maybe a tiny bit of white. We're gonna go in, we're gonna start making some foothills way here in the back. And then we take our large brush and we simply pull it down using the paint that's already on the canvas. Just pulling up here, making sort of halfway the illusion of something around it. And we're going to mix some brown and some blue with and on our fan brush. You don't want any white in this. We can go in and we can just make another mountain range. Just go in here, go above it, maybe we'll make the circle be super high. There, and we can use the same technique with this one I would do with the other one. And one fun thing you can do with layering is, depending on how you make the paint stroke, it sort of halfway tells a story with the way that the paint picks up the lights. Now we're going to take our fan brush and go in with some red, and we're just going to bring down, put in some valleys. Gonna want to halfway kind of mix this so that it doesn't look too super bright and out of place. Oh, but you don't want it to blend in too much, because then you're just a mud mixer, and that's not quite what we want. Then we can go in and we can just tap away at that with our and we mix in a bit of white, and we're just gonna in here we're gonna add some more detail with where this little valley leads into. Maybe it's a meadow, or a garden, or something like that. Who knows? I know I don't. If we take some yellow and some green on our brush, and we just sort of start tapping away below it here, we have the start of a little meadow. I love working with yellow and green with these paintings. It always looks so good when it's done. As we go out, the paint gets more yellow, it gets lighter, and now we are going in with our sponge brush. Now, just a tiny bit of white there, or yellow, and we're just sort of smoothing this out. Now we can go in with some yellow and just the tiniest bit of brown, but mostly yellow. We can go in here, and it adds another layer of color and another area to our little grassy place. Almost like a sea of greenery. It's very pretty. Now we're going to get some brown and some red and some green too, and we mix it all together, and we're gonna push upwards here, mix some more green and red into that so that it's easier to see. And we're just adding a sort of tree-like shape right in here. More green. It looks like a, we need it to be tree-like, not just the wood. We need the green too, and we'll add it right in here. Now using the same colors, we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we'll work our way up as we move along. And maybe add a little bit so they're closing into each other. Not quite connected yet, but we'll just see how the painting goes. Add more green to it, make it look more like, you know, what it's supposed to be instead of a weird rock formation. And we're gonna get some white on our big brush, and we're gonna go into about here-ish where our land and grassy stuff stops, and we're just going to, we're attempting to make some water. And since our purplish background has somewhat dried up, we need to sort of add the colors in manually, but that's okay, we can do that. This needs more blue. And now to try and make this look just that bit more realistic, I am going in with the sponge brush to really bring this all home. And now, just to really bring the effect of the clouds, I'm going to put a very smallish amount of paint right there on the canvas. And we can go in and use it to really bring it home. Really bring home the reflection. To really make this effect work, we have to bring it down like this, so that the strokes are all going in the same direction. I'm going to go in with this darker color, and I'm going to attempt to smoothen this out. You gotta be careful with these sponge brushes, since it's so easy for them to soak up water instead of actually cleaning themselves out. But now I will go in with that sponge and some green and some yellow, and I can start putting in some greenery in these trees here. Mostly just supposed to be highlights, so we won't do too much. But we can go back and forth and create a sort of realistic effect. We can have the one on the right here be Robert. Then we can go in with some yellow, and we can add some actual highlights so that it's more of a distinct thing instead of one color. So here, and we can add some red near the middle for these trees. And then we're gonna want to go in here with our ochreish color that we've sort of been using for this part here. We can go in maybe some bushes right down here and make a little bay area. You know, this kind of looks like a waterfall almost. We can say that's what it is. Maybe these are really big trees, or maybe it's a really small waterfall. I don't know. But isn't it funny how things seem to work out like that? Add some red over here. And what the heck, we can add a little bit of greenery in here. Add some more green into the mix of colors. And since we're adding stuff, why don't we go here and we add a couple of little houses on top of the mountain. We got some people that are living there. Maybe they're just structures, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I definitely think these are houses. Just a couple of these little ones. I don't want to change too much, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and go over here and sign the painting. Alright, I think this is about the finished piece. I really think that I'm getting better with these every day. So I hope that you'll be able to come see the rest of my journey as I continue to progress and get better with my art pieces. And I will see you all in the next video. This is the painter signing off.